Hello again everybody, and welcome back to Dungeon Magic, and this is part 4, and I'm gonna be going through the Sky Realm, and let me tell you, this is gonna be excessively difficult. You know how I said this game gets way too hard, way too fast? Well, the North Tower, it was a bit of a good example, seeing as they could barely deal any damage to the Berserkers right off the bat, but this one just sort of shoots it into insanity. This being said, just buy all red potions, put these things in your Quig. Go in, buy more red potions. I wish I was exaggerating, but I am not. Buy all the food you can have. As well as all the water. Why am I expressing how important it is to have these healing items? Because the next area actually pretty much requires you to use one of your most powerful spells that cost approximately 50 HP a cast. And seeing as it takes anywhere from 4 to 6 casts an enemy to actually kill them, I don't think I need to express how difficult this next area is gonna be. Okay, let's get out of there. Okay, just teleport up to the Sky Realm, which is that one. I must have been standing on an enemy. That's the only explanation. I can see why that wouldn't be working right off. Okay, first things first, I would highly recommend killing this dragon. As well as the one that should be coming right up. Main reason why I'd suggest doing this is so you can actually clear the way just in case you need to go back to get resupplied. Speaking of which, after you deal with those two, well, I guess the cal count really doesn't matter too much, seeing as I'm not going to be physically fighting things anyway. But anyway, whatever you do, do not go to the end, otherwise you're just going to reset the area you just cleared. Anyway, yeah, let's just buy all the red potions we can carry again. Oh yeah, that's right, I gotta put them in the item used slots. There we go. Make sure you switch off to another thing so you don't accidentally use any of them. Okay, I would highly recommend keeping this Ring of Flight in your inventory so you can pretty much just step out and immediately leave the area after you leave, which again you will be needing to resupply a few times because this area is so insanely dangerous. I mean, seriously, you know, I complained about the Scaling and Roan from Dragon Warrior 2, but this thing just shoots that out of the water. Okay. If you're going from the upper area, or north, whichever you want to call it, things shouldn't be too difficult. Just do a triangle, 3 lines. Have the have the shield up. And make sure you have at least 80 health before you try fighting anything. And don't ever try fighting anything with don't ever try fighting anything physically, because seriously, here that is suicide. Even with the Sword of Tories, you're probably going to get your head handed to you, so don't do that. Make sure you take 2 steps back after you deal some damage. Probably the easiest ones are actually going to be behind the doors. And really the main reason why that is because some of the spellcasters are behind the doors, and thankfully where they appear, you don't actually have to turn around to move back. Just make sure the sprite appears before you try casting the spell, or you won't be able to hit it. You can tell how quickly it's going down, can't you, with the weight just decreasing like that. Yeah, I better just cast that. The shield spell really does cut down on the amount of damage you take. Okay. I believe there are 2 enemies here. Yep, and there comes one of them now. I apologize if I seem very paranoid, but I don't know whether or not it's trying to jump like that. Thankfully, it usually just stays behind the wall. whenever you're in an area like this. Let me tell you, the amount of gold you get in this area really doesn't, it really isn't worth it. Another mole, yep. Thankfully, you can't actually die because you accidentally casted a spell like this. Just be warned that it will cut down your health substantially. And let's see, which door are we taking? Now let's see here. Yeah, I think we'll want to get rid of that one, just so it won't be too much of a problem later, and apparently there's two of them. As you can see, your reserves are really going to run out very quickly. Oh boy, well, yeah, I better just do that. Okay. Let's see here, there are at least two more enemies I know of we got to deal with. That one in that hallway right below where four monsters are, you can actually trap in the leftmost area for the time being, but aside from that, there's really not a whole lot you can do about that. Let's see here. Make sure you're ready to back up. Oh, jeez. Okay, and with that, I think we are about done for that run. Okay, so we need to exit, because I am running out of things to heal with. Please note that if you want to use this strategy, do not use the N or it will reset the enemies. Now then, that being said, just take it nice and easy. And never overtax your supplies, because seriously, they just ram down to zero very, very quickly. Thankfully, I don't think there's any actual enemies we have to worry about right at the moment. Make sure you put the ring on, and as soon as you step out, just immediately use it and go back to the overworld. You really don't want to deal with the dragons. It's just suicide. Pretty sure I grabbed that shield. I'm pretty sure there's a shield over there. Now, let's try to get a level up. That way's enough. Oh, it's gonna be 1400, isn't it? Okay, let's say yes to that, and we need to resupply our nose. Let's see here, there's at least 6 monsters I can think of we gotta deal with. Okay, let's just buy a whole bunch of these now. Okay. Okay, well, that should be enough for 5 of them, I'm going to hope. Okay, so now we can go back. And we need, I'm going to hope they're not. Nah, I guess they aren't surrounded in that northern area yet. Oh, now it is. Oh, they would want to just surround me, wouldn't they? Okay, fine. Okay, just down from there, and if you couldn't already tell, I'm trying to avoid these things because seriously, the dragons can kill you excessively quickly. Okay, seeing as I didn't actually go through the end, the enemies won't respawn, so that's a plus. Let's grab that. I kind of forgot to grab that, which is why I couldn't resupply efficiently. Oh well. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure which chest is actually the Sortatories, but by process of elimination, I'm going to assume it is the one where there's 5 monsters instead of the lesser free ones that are around the area. So let's see here. This door? Yep, that was it. Okay. Now then, to deal with this particular monster that is over here, you can actually sort of bring Wada until this one actually gets into the corner to the lower, right to the left of right in front of me. And you can actually avoid that. Which is preferable, seeing as I don't want to accidentally upset any of them. Especially that one. I think that one's a spellcaster, and as those dragons showed you, yeah, fighting with spellcasters in this game is just a really bad idea. That one should be stuck there until I get up to the chest. Okay, we have to deal with a few spellcasters. Make sure you heal after every 2 shots for the spellcasters. Thankfully, the spellcasters are easier, seeing as they don't instantaneously attack, but that doesn't make them any less dangerous. Just make sure you're ready to oh geez, that was close. Oh, I hate it when they haven't done an attack yet. There we go. I think that was number 3. Oh joy, I'm gonna hope that one just doesn't decide to stay there. Yeah, I'm going to have to move over to this area over here should do, and that should cause it to fall. I want to deal with it near the door, preferably. Unless that one has a door. Yeah, it must have a door. There's no other way for that to go. Well then, that's unfortunate. I'm not entirely sure which one this is. Oh, I clicked the wrong time. That's a whoops. Yeah, I hate that. Okay, no more enemies, right? I'm gonna hope not. Nope, apparently not. Oh boy. And you get the Sword of Tories. Yep, there we go. And now I'll be going on a grinding marathon for the rest of this episode, because honestly I am nowhere near what level I need to be, I don't think. Of course, that doesn't mean I'll be stupid and just sort of stay around here, because that's probably suicide still. Seeing as they still deal about half my health worth of damage anyway. I might be exaggerating on that a tad, but either way, okay, well, what I'll need to do is essentially just walk out and immediately use a ring. Okay, and there we go. Now we can go on a nice big grinding marathon. And what better way to start out than by just going through that ring and deal with all enemies over here first. I need to collect more gold for supplies anyway, because I'll be honest, this is the first time I ever actually got Tories, because I never had the patience to deal with all those dark eyes all the time, because those things are evil. Let's see here, I believe that shield I have is around 700 or something like that for money. I'm going to hope I have more than enough for a level up, because seriously, 1800 is a bit excessive. Okay, let's go back then. Something tells me that that is the final level. I don't think I'm anywhere near ready for that, though. Because I'm aware of how exactly the game goes, how you're supposed to go through the castle that you started out in. But honestly, I've never actually done it, because seriously, I couldn't even get past the Dark Eyes to get Tori's, which was a very big problem in and of itself. But I'm going to be assuming that essentially everything is much more dangerous than I am, so I'll be grinding the rest of this episode. Because I'm sure that level 13 is not going to cut it, seeing as I barely managed to get through it this time anyway. Through the Sky Realm. Ah, that's unfortunate. Well, with the sort of Tori, they don't expect it's going to matter too much about the kill counter, seeing as it's only gradual and slight for this part, but I can argue the point that that's still an annoyance. Oh yeah, that cuts through them easy. Yep. Still gotta be very careful about the magic casters here. Because seriously, they can still deal quite a bit of damage. Well, I really don't know what else to say other than I'll be grinding the rest of this episode because I don't think I'm anywhere near ready for Darcy's yet. What is the max level for this game? I'd like to say it was 20. Regardless, I'm probably gonna wait until at least level 16. Okay, 2 enemies. Oh well, playing gold, can't complain about that. Next one, there we go. Next stop is the Zell Caverns. After I clear out the lower area. Come to think of it, I probably should have started out with that area first because I think that area technically has stronger things, but with the water shield, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, let's just do that real quick. Alright. Yep, right behind me. Okay, and one more enemy, probably golem. I can't remember whether or not there is a section of the cave to the... Nah, I guess not. Okay then. Let's just teleport back then. No, that's right, that's right. Okay. Well, let's deal with those caverns, and then the sky world, not the sky realm, the place where the spiders are. Yep, there we go. Because those are totally different things. Scorpion, not a problem. Okay, especially right now. And I plan on leveling up until, well, oh, I really don't know. Always until we clear some of these enemies out. Oh, that's nice. And that's because my shield ran out. Boy, it's a good thing that snake wasn't there at the beginning of the game. That would have messed things up severely. Oh boy, that was close. Could be a wasp here. Okay, and that brings us to over 800 gold. That is not bad at all. Yep. Boy, it looks like we almost have 3,000 after we clear these enemies out. And let's see here. I think I already cleared out this one, didn't I? No, I didn't. Is it a wasp, a scorpion? I think that's a scorpion, yep. I don't mind anything else, I just don't like the scorpions. Wasp. Ironically, the spellcasters are the only things that can give status ailments. Okay, let's just head around here. And head out through the left. I went the wrong way. It would help if the symbol was an arrow rather than just a P. Oh, let's get Oyster Step 3000. Yeah, probably the most difficult area in the game that I played through anyway is the Sky Realm, because I remember the first time I tried playing through that, I just sort of pulled out my sword, flailed it a few times, and got murdered. There's no other way to describe it, it just did. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about just one. And this way. Okay, let's just clear out this one. And another red potion. That's always good. Oh, looks like we almost have freight 100. Boy, it looks like there's more I missed. Okay, 4 more and we'll just call that good. Alright, let's just leave the area and I'll probably go through Zell Caverns and the Dragon Lair again once at least before the end of this episode. Hopefully by then I'll have enough to get at least level 15. I'm now level 14 and it took about 1700. Ah boy. Well, hopefully after one more round I'll be good for that. Okay, let's deal with the Dragon Lair first. Or no, wait, the Zell Caverns are technically the more difficult thing, aren't they? So this area, yep. Okay, let's deal with Zell Caverns. Right, snake. Yep. Oh boy, that's nice. Okay, there we go. As you can see, the spellcasters can still be quite the nuisance. Alright, let's just deal with those two then. Alright, well that's 1600. I'm planning on getting at least one more level up, so I'm gonna say around at least 1900. Okay, one more enemy. There's the scorpion. Boy, he can barely hit anything. Actually, I might be able to grab this item. And it's one of those canisters. Yeah, those things are borderline useless. I really don't even know why they're in this game. Essentially, it's an attack. It's a spell in a can. I really don't know how else to put it. It just is. Okay, and there's about 5 monsters, 6, right up front. Seriously though, that spell really does save a lot of pain when it comes to dealing with enemies like this. Yeah, I know that'd be faster. Okay. Again, I'll just keep going until after I clear out the dragon layer again. Okay, and to the left. Up. And deal with these things again. Okay. really don't know what else to say other than, yeah, we're grinding. Oh, well, it could be worse. I mean, there's a lot of games where grinding usually takes up to maybe 8 hours. But that one does actually seem to keep it fairly small with the amount of grinding needed compared to some other games. It just makes most of the enemies painfully tough. Now let's deal with these three real quick. That's 2,200. Not going to worry too much about that one until later. Okay, up. Ah, well, at least magic's easy to dodge. Just so long as you can back up. Areas like those Magnuses in that area of what the Berserkers are one of the main things that you have to worry about. Well, actually, I really don't have anything I can get rid of at the moment. I mean, I guess I could use one of them, but okay, there we go. One more enemy. I thought there was one more. Oh yeah, there was. Okay then, let's deal with that one real quick. I'm sure I mentioned this earlier when I did talk to the dragon, but make sure you have the armor right behind where that thing is on before you talk to it, or it's just going to blast you with a fire breath attack that immediately kills you. Okay, let's just go. Yep, there we go. Okay, and one last area, which is right there. Yes, it is. Okay. Well, let's deal with these enemies and go back, level up. Oh, I'd like to say at least once. them. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, I do have a few red potions. Red potions actually increase your attack by, I think it was 15 for about your next 10 hits. I'm probably going to be using one of those, at least on Darcy's, once I get to that fight. Let's see here. I believe I went through all the ones, and I really can't go through the Sky World without getting rid of something or using something, so I'm just going to ignore that for now. I'm going to hope that was enough. Okay, and we have 143 HP, level 15. Do you wish to buy anything? No, but I do have a thing to sell. Where'd he go? Yep. You know, if things were anywhere near as hard as they are in the Sky Realm, I better just buy a whole bunch of things before the end of this episode. Okay, got enough, so maximum. Might as well buy one of those. Okay, and water. Yep, we're just going to fill up on that, rest at the end, and end this episode. Yep, that sounds pretty good. When I guess I'll deal with the last area, or well, at least grinding, and then the next area in the last episode, because honestly I have no idea what I'm in for. Because I'm sure that Darcy's and whoever's guarding him is not going to go down easy. Especially as the Sky Realm was the weaker version of that. Which, seeing as this technically is after the Sky Realm, well, I'm going to assume that it's at the very least as hard as it, so I'll probably be blasting a whole bunch of spells through it. Speaking of which, I better reset that. Okay, well, I'll be dealing with what should be the last episode in the next part, so I hope everybody has a good day.